Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is the third game in a remarkable stealth action series following the exploits of NSA agent Sam Fisher. In addition to telling a new story, Chaos Theory opts for a new style of graphics, new gadgets, and new gameplay modes while keeping the core gameplay relatively the same. Would these new additions make it the best the franchise has to offer, or send it spiraling backwards? Chaos Theory continues the story after Pandora Tomorrow, but shifts towards an information warfare story established in the first game. Philip Mass's kernels, which were used for cyber attacks on a devastating scale, may have fallen into the wrong hands after the man deciphering them is killed. This seems like your typical Tom Clancy story, even though it's not actually written by him. There are so many names to remember that it can be somewhat difficult following the story sometimes, otherwise it's really as well written and as interesting as the first game. You're fed information from your handlers during missions, which includes all the regulars like Lambert, Grimsdaughter, and Redding, who is Fisher's new field runner. With their continual conversations, the story is advanced as well as through some cutscenes. And as usual, you're sent to all manner of destinations from Panama to South Korea. There's also multiple co-operative levels which exist outside the main story and provide even more stealth opportunities and a short story to each. Combined, they make for an action-packed, but from time to time, hard to follow series of events. I'm really pleased with the way it was written and the varying degrees of dark humor they add to it. One level even has you robbing a bank.
And open sesame.
We're in.
Great work. Sam, get in there and find those hard drives.
Chaos Theory is absolutely an improvement to the gameplay. It still utilizes the same basic concepts which made the other two work: walk slowly and in the shadows. This time, however, you have more freedom, whereas before you'd have to take a practically set route each time. Before a mission begins, you can choose your loadout which you want. This determines what gadgets and weapon attachments you'll be using. You've got the same weapons as before, the SC pistol and the SCK-20 assault rifle. The pistol now has the ability to disable lights temporarily without making any noise. The SCK-20 similarly got some love in the form of some weapon attachments like an undermounted shotgun which can be switched out during missions. In addition to these tools, Fisher makes use of knives for close quarters combat. This allows for lethal and non-lethal approaches to combat. It's up to you to choose the method you want, but this time guards can wake up other unconscious guards. The artificial intelligence also won't set off alarms in areas they are not patrolling. Previously, one of the worst things was having alarms go off in areas not being patrolled just because you left bodies in a too well lit spot. Additionally, the AI work in teams where one is dependent on the other, so you'll have to find a way to take both of them down fast. Finally, you don't have to worry about alarms so much anymore. Setting off alarms won't end the game, it will just increase guard health and cancel some secondary objectives. At the end of a level, you get a stealth rating, which is very similar to Hitman system. If you get 100%, think of yourself as a silent assassin. But you don't get any bonus weapons or items, which is unfortunate. Seriously, this is very polished gameplay with few faults as to how it works. Improvements in animations and gadgets make you feel like more of a secret agent. Conversely, the multiplayer mode has been largely left the same because it was working so well. Spies vs Mercs is an extra game mode where you play online. The Spies from third person and the Mercs from first person. The Mercs have to hunt down the Spies before they complete objectives. Both have their own unique sets of tools and animations, so it's fun to play either. And I mentioned a co-op campaign before. That's in this game. 7 missions to play with someone else, and these are almost as good as the actual campaign. They designed it with both players in mind, so you need to work together to pull off difficult tasks. I find if one player distracts and the other moves in from behind to kill, it works like a charm every time. The coordination and sense of accomplishment as you complete each mission are very rewarding and fun. So there you have it, 3 polished game modes. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. To bring you up to speed, Splinter Cell's gameplay is organized around gadgets and stealth, and Ubisoft has done a marvelous job with both of these things in this game more than any other, especially considering Conviction and Blacklist barely qualify as stealth. Chaos Theory takes on board a heavily modified Unreal 2.5 engine. This adds things like HDR lighting, ragdoll physics, and bump mapping. To put it simply, the game looks spectacular, particularly on the PS3, which just received an HD upgrade of the game. But I have to be honest, I thought some of the shadows were sometimes not dark enough. It almost appears as though Sam is clearly visible in some locations. In Splinter Cell you don't really have that problem. Pandora Tomorrow had huge problem with shaders on PC, so this is like a midpoint. Aside from that issue, no real problems here. Better textures, models, animations, and even some fantastic rain.
Never saw that. They timed their fire with the sun down there. The bodies dropped in it.
You okay? Where did you go?
The music moves away from a solid orchestral focus to electronic. Not that the other games didn't also have amazing soundtracks, but I feel that this one is actually more impressive. Every track in the game is appropriate for each of the levels. It's more uplifting and somehow remains suspenseful and mysterious. And whoever was doing the sound for the game was also shooting holes in one. The various sound effects, like the wind and the rain in itself, adds another layer to the game, making it atmospheric. You can see tent flaps waving, hear the rain pouring down, and wonder how Sam manages to avoid shivering in that suit.
Nice view up there.
I'll say, there's something strangely mesmerizing about anti-aircraft tracer fire lighting up the night sky. Beautiful. Better than looking at boring old stars, that's for sure.
Kind of a dude. Who put the lights out?
Is that?
Not exactly.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory has become my favourite Splinter Cell and almost my favourite stealth action game. Thief is still my number 1. It's a rare thing when Ubisoft actually sits down and does some work, but my god, when they do, you get results like this, Assassin's Creed 2 and Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Chaos Theory is honestly one of the most entertaining games I've ever played because it offers so much. I definitely get this game even if stealth isn't your kind of thing. After playing it, it probably will be. A caution about the PS3 version though, it doesn't come with co-op or multiplayer, just the regular story mode.
Bad news.
I know it. I know there were ninjas here.
What?
Yeah, you must be a ninja. How else could you sneak up and grab me like that?
Listen, I don't know what...
Wow, I can't believe it. A real life ninja.
Listen, I'm gonna kill you if...
Wow, killed by a ninja. Cool.